You have 6 months, the man stated, his voice devoid of warmth. Fail to conceive, and your family in Lagos pays the price. Aisha Bello froze in the pristine bathroom, trembling as rain hammered the penthouse windows. 19 years old. Never kissed. She'd imagined marriage as sanctuary, not prison. Her husband observed from across the room, imposing, unreachable, already mapping her fate. Your father's signature is on the documents. My corporation requires an heir. Your family requires my capital. Survival depends on this arrangement. Her passport, confiscated. Her phone, surveilled. Her autonomy, surrendered. In her pocket rested something her mother had secretly pressed into her palm at the airport, still unexplored. As the door shut, truth crystallized. This union wasn't romance. It was submission. Failure meant everyone she cherished would suffer. Yet Aisha concealed one truth that could obliterate everything. 3 days earlier, Aisha Bello celebrated her 19th birthday in their cramped Lagos flat. Her siblings decorated with crayon sketches of stethoscopes, her dream rendered in childhood optimism. Her mother, Amara, prepared chin-chin with their final sugar reserves, each golden piece a testament to love conquering scarcity. Make your wish, my star, her father whispered, voice heavy with concealed anguish. University of Lagos. Nursing degree. A future I create myself. She extinguished the candle. Her mother lingered in the kitchen doorway, wringing her hands, eyes glistening with something resembling farewell. Then came 3 sharp knocks that silenced existence. 2 suited figures entered like elegantly dressed omens. They deposited an envelope on their worn table. Miss Aisha Bello, your presence is requested in Seoul. Your father has executed a marital contract. Passport. Visa. One-way ticket. Marriage certificate to Kang Ji-woo. Baba, what have you done? Chief Emmanuel Bello collapsed into his seat, shoulders convulsing. The loan shark showed photographs. Your sisters. Their schools. Their routes home. I had no alternative. So you traded me. I secured your future. You'll inhabit luxury, never experience hunger. I don't want a good life, Baba. I want my life. You want to live, he cut in, voice hardening. Because otherwise your sisters pay your debts in ways that will destroy them. The mathematics was merciless. 1 daughter's liberty for 3 daughters' safety. That night, Aisha lay beside her sisters one final time. Her mother sang Yoruba lullabies through tears and slipped a small fabric pouch into her hand. Herbs from our village, Amara murmured. They grant you options when men attempt to steal them. Remember, they can possess the paperwork, but never your soul. 17 hours airborne felt like gradual death. Aisha watched Africa diminish below, then dissolve into endless azure. At Seoul's airport, a woman waited. I am Mrs. Han. I oversee Mr. Kang's estate. Address him as sir or husband exclusively. The journey revealed a metropolis of neon and glass towers, stunning, alien, suffocating. Do not depart without authorization. Do not contact family without clearance. Do not humiliate Mr. Kang. And cease looking terrified. It's unattractive. What is my purpose here? Mrs. Han's laughter cut like glass. Wife. Ornament. Evidence of his dominance. Vessel for his heir. The Kang residence loomed behind walls crowned with surveillance cameras. Inside, frigid marble and angular edges. Beautiful like a blade is beautiful. Mr. Kang is concluding business. The ceremony begins in 1 hour. The dress was white silk, traditional Korean design, constricting. The jade accessories felt like restraints. Aisha stared at her reflection and recognized a phantom. The man who entered radiated controlled danger. Kang Ji-woo, tall, early 40s, features carved from severity, eyes containing decades of frost, silver-templed despite relative youth as though grief had aged him prematurely. He assessed her like examining newly acquired artwork. You're younger than anticipated. Your father claimed 22. My father fabricates extensively to preserve himself. Something flickered behind his gaze. He produced a diamond necklace, positioned himself behind her to fasten it. His movements were efficient, clinical, barely grazing her skin. This belonged to my mother. You will wear it. Do I possess a choice? Extended silence. No, neither of us do. The ceremony proceeded in Korean. Aisha comprehended nothing except the weight of the platinum band. When time arrived to kiss, he brushed her forehead like she were a child. Then he departed. Aisha stood isolated in her wedding attire, absorbing her new reality settling like frost. Piano music drifted downward that inaugural night, haunting and measured. The identical melody repeating like prayer or malediction. Aisha traced it through corridors lined with photographs of a stunning Korean woman. His wife's cherished song, Mrs. Han, materialized beside her. Minasio. Deceased 3 years. Cancer claimed her and their son within 6 months. You'll never replace her. 5 days of stifling monotony. Aisha wandered, discovering locked chambers, cameras omnipresent. Mrs. Han perpetually observing. Ji-woo materialized only at breakfast, silent, remote, reading newspapers while she redistributed food. He never touched her, never conversed beyond courtesies, never acknowledged her beyond minimal obligation. On the 6th morning, something fractured. Aisha located the kitchen at dawn and prepared jollof rice, pepper soup, fried plantains. Familiar aromas enveloped her like her mother's embrace. For the first time, she felt nearly human. She was humming when she sensed observation. Ji-woo stood in the doorway in sleepwear, hair disheveled, barefoot, younger, exposed, human. That melody, what is it? A lullaby. Nigerian. My mother sang it when I couldn't sleep. It's beautiful. Silence. The rice simmered. Morning illumination painted everything golden. My wife prepared kimchi jjigae every Sunday. She'd sing while cooking. Off-key, terrible. But I'd sacrifice anything to hear it again. His jaw clenched. She died because I couldn't safeguard her. The syndicate I operated in had adversaries. They poisoned her and my son, disguised it as cancer. When I discovered the truth, they were gone. I'm sorry. His eyes met hers. She witnessed grief so profound it had hollowed him completely. Are you frightened of me? Yes. Good. Fear preserves you. He paused. The food smells like home. I didn't anticipate using that word again. That afternoon, Aisha awoke to a smartphone on her nightstand. Unlocked. Nigerian music preloaded. Burna Boy. Wizkid. Songs from home. No note. Just mercy from a man who trafficked in cruelties. The attack erupted Tuesday night without warning. First, windows exploding. Glass cascading. Shouting. Gunfire. A hand yanked her upward. Move. Ji-woo dragged her through chaos, his other hand gripping a weapon. Blood streaking his shirt. They reached a panic room as additional shots erupted. You're injured. It's nothing. Locate the medical kit. Now. Ji-woo stared, startled. You understand first aid? I was supposed to become a nursing student, remember? Before I became your wife instead. She worked silently, cleansing the gunshot graze with steady hands. He observed her. You're skilled at this. I was skilled at numerous things. I'll never discover what I could have become. His hand caught hers, eyes locking on hers. For the first time, he truly saw her. Aisha. I'm sorry for all of this. Sorry doesn't restore my life. But her hands remained gentle as she completed bandaging him. The safe house was a traditional hammock in the mountains. Forest silence. Isolation. Why did you shield me? Aisha asked. You could have escaped. Why didn't you? Ji-woo stared into the fireplace. Because I understand losing everything. Minasio and Taemin, our son. Tiny hands, expansive dreams, learning piano. Then gone. The men who murdered them manufactured natural causes. I couldn't prove murder. Just watched them die gradually. And constructed walls so elevated no one could harm you again. Yes. And somehow you're scaling them anyway. I'm not attempting to. I know. That's what makes it terrifying. He moved closer. When I hear you singing, when I observe you reading medical texts like you still believe in futures, you make me remember there's more than survival, more than vengeance. You make me remember being human. You're still human, Ji-woo. Am I? I purchased a girl. Forced her into marriage. What element of that is human? He exhaled. I want to offer you a choice. I'll arrange passage to Lagos, eliminate your father's debts. You'll be free. And if I remain? We start over. No contracts. Just possibility. That night, Aisha retrieved her mother's pouch. Inside, herbs and instructions for when you need control over your body. She examined it, then concealed it again, unopened. Back in Seoul, life developed rhythm. Ji-woo taught Aisha Korean. She prepared Nigerian cuisine that made him smile. They discussed everything except what they were becoming. Then Dr. Kim arrived. Dr. Kim, Ji-woo's late wife's oncologist, now friend, arrived with grave intelligence. Mrs. Han has been investigating Aisha's legal status. The contract. Ji-woo's complexion drained. No. What contingency clauses? Aisha stood. Dr. Kim handed her a folder. Documents in English and Korean. Her father's signature. Terms that froze her blood. Collateral agreement, Bello-Kong merger. Subject, Aisha Bello, age 19. Purpose, marriage securing West African shipping route access. Terms, subject remains until production of viable heir or 5 years. Payment, 200 million naira, paid in full. Status, transaction complete. You bought me. Aisha's voice trembled. Not married. Bought me. Like livestock. Aisha. The kindness, the music, the Korean lessons. Just maintaining your investment. Your broodmare. I was going to disclose. When? After you'd impregnated me? She slapped him forcefully enough to snap his head sideways. You don't get to love me. Love requires choice. Love requires equality. I have never been your equal. Just your property with a decorative color. She fled. Dr. Kim located her hours later beside the koi pond. You should despise him. I do. Do you? Silence. There are details you don't know. He showed photographs. A week before your father signed, a gang was stalking you. They possessed photos. Your address. Your sister's names. Your father called everywhere. Most wanted to traffic you. Actual trafficking. Ji-woo's contract was the sole one with legitimate marriage and protection. That doesn't make it right. No, but it makes it less black and white. Your father didn't sell you for profit to keep you alive. Ji-woo didn't purchase you for an heir. He utilizes his wealth to protect. This was his distorted method of saving you. Understanding without forgiveness. Context without absolution. That night, Ji-woo slid an envelope beneath her door. The original contract, torn in half. New passport. Plane tickets to Lagos. Bank information for university 3 times over. A note. You're free. Completely free. Contract void. You owe me nothing. I'm sorry I stole your choice. Now I'm returning it. Aisha stood holding her liberation. She could depart. Start over. But freedom felt cold, hollow, wrong. She located him in his study, surrounded by photographs of ghosts. Wait. Ji-woo stopped, not turning. You should go. Flight departs in 3 hours. What if I wanted to remain? Not because I must. Because I choose to. Because you gave me the choice. He turned, disbelief written across his features. I'm angry. Furious. I don't trust you yet. Maybe never will completely. But I see you trying. Maybe we both deserve the opportunity to become who we could have been if the world had been kinder. Ji-woo crossed the distance, fell to his knees, tears streaming. I will spend every day earning this. Every single day. I'll dismantle my empire if necessary. Become whatever you need. I don't need you to be anything except honest. And I need you to help me become who I was supposed to be. Starting with nursing school. Yes. Anything. And understand, if you ever lie again, make decisions without me, treat me like property. I leave. And you won't find me. Clear. Crystal. Then rise. We have work to do. 8 months later. Ji-woo kept his word. Syndicate operations dismantled. Money laundering became humanitarian foundations. Protection rackets became trafficking survivor shelters. It cost him everything. He paid willingly. Aisha enrolled at Seoul National University, nursing program. Oldest in her class. Only African. Also top of her class. Hungry, reclaiming stolen futures. They painted walls in colors she selected. African textiles merged with Korean art. Music blended both worlds. Mrs. Han resigned. "You've gone soft." "No," Ji-woo replied, watching Aisha teach his security team to cook. "She made me human again." They weren't perfect. Arguments about past and future. Days when wounds ached. But they kept choosing each other. Dr. Kim became family, grandfather figure finding redemption in theirs. Then news. Mrs. Han arrested. Evidence of selling secrets for years. Obsessed with preserving Minasio's memory, twisted into poison. "She was in love with Minesio, not you," Dr. Kim explained. "Her loyalty died when your wife did." Ji-woo felt nothing. "No, just exhaustion. I'm tired of revenge. I just want to build something good." "Let's be naive together," Aisha said. 1 year after the contract was destroyed, Ji-woo knelt at Riverside Park. "Marry me again. No contracts, no debt. Just you and me and choice. Or don't, and we'll still be partners." "But I wanted to ask." A crowd gathered. "Yes. Yes, you ridiculous man." Applause. Music. Flower petals. They married a month later. Aisha in Nigerian Iro and Buba, indigo and gold. Ji-woo in hanbok. Both crying. Amara flew from Lagos. She had a private conversation with Ji-woo. "You hurt my daughter. Broke her heart before healing it. I should hate you." "You should. But she loves you. She's happy. She chose freely." Amara's eyes hardened. "So I grant you the same chance she did. Earn it every day. Because if you fail her, there's nowhere a mother's curse won't find you." This time, when Ji-woo kissed his bride, it was soft, sweet, unhurried. This time, Aisha kissed back. This time, they both meant it. 2 years later. Aisha graduated top of her class. Ji-woo and Amara cried in the audience. She opened a foundation branch in Lagos, shelter and clinic for women escaping forced marriages, trafficking, violence. She ran it with fierce compassion, demonstrating survival was possible. Ji-woo transitioned fully from crime. His empire now focused on ethical trade. Old associates called him weak. He called himself free. They split time between Seoul and Lagos, belonging to neither and both. A letter arrived from her father. He was dying cancer. Wanted to see her. "Do you want to go?" Ji-woo asked. "I never got to say goodbye to my wife and son," he said quietly. "Last thing I told my wife was I'd be late for dinner. Last thing I told my son was stop jumping on the couch." Then they were gone. They went. The hospital room was dim. Chief Emmanuel looked nothing like the man who'd signed those papers, shrunken, yellowed, dying from inside. But his eyes still held her father. "Baby girl," he whispered. The childhood name cracked something inside her. "I'm sorry. Every day since you left, I've been sorry. I thought I was saving you. I was wrong. Should have found another way." Aisha took his withered hand. "I can't forgive you. Not completely. Maybe never. But I understand why. And I don't hate you anymore. That's the best I can do. That's more than I deserve." Relief flooded his dying features. "You're happy. He treats you well." "I'm happy, Daddy. Not because he treats me well. Because I fought for my happiness and won. I'm a nurse now. I help people. I have a life I chose." She cried at his funeral. Not for the man he'd become, but for the father he'd once been. For complicated love and impossible choices. For all the ways people break trying to protect what they love. 1 year later. Aisha stood on the foundation's Lagos rooftop, watching sunset life split between two countries, both worlds merged. Ji-woo found her there. "We've done good work. 40 women freed this month alone. More waiting." Aisha's hand rested unconsciously on her abdomen. For weeks, she'd felt different. The signs were subtle. Missed cycle. Morning nausea she'd hidden. Exhaustion beyond busy days. The pregnancy test hidden in her bag had shown 2 lines this morning. But she hadn't told him yet. Because there were things Ji-woo didn't know. The herbs her mother gave her, she'd researched them finally. They didn't prevent conception. They did something else. Something that could mask paternity, make genetic testing unreliable. And that figure in the Lagos market last month, the one who'd approached her with whispered warnings about Ji-woo's past, about enemies still waiting, about insurance she might need. She dismissed him as paranoia. But his card was still in her pocket. "What are you thinking about?" Ji-woo asked, wrapping arms around her from behind. "The future," Aisha said. "Not a lie. All the possibilities." Tonight, she'd scheduled a private clinic appointment. The doctor was discreet, one Dr. Kim had never met. The ultrasound would tell her more. But would she tell Ji-woo the truth, whatever it was? Or would she keep this final secret, this last piece of power in a relationship built on stolen choices? "I love you," Ji-woo murmured into her hair. "Whatever comes, we face it together. Right?" "Right," Aisha agreed. Her fingers traced the herb pouch in her pocket, then the mysterious business card. Below them, Lagos hummed with life. Somewhere in the city, the mysterious figure waited. Ally or enemy, she still didn't know. In Seoul, Mrs. Han sat in prison, but her network remained. And in Aisha's womb, cells divided, carrying secrets that could either bind their worlds forever or tear them catastrophically apart. Ji-woo's phone buzzed. A message flashed. "Congratulations on the upcoming edition. Some gifts carry unexpected complications. A friend." He tensed. "Who knows?" "Knows what?" Aisha asked innocently. He stopped. "You are, aren't you? Pregnant?" Her silence was answer enough. "How long have you known? Does it matter?" The sunset bled across the sky, turning everything gold and red. A black car idled in the street below. New. Unfamiliar. Tinted windows reflecting nothing. "Aisha." Ji-woo turned her to face him. "Whose child is this?" She met his gaze. "Yours? Mine? Ours? Does it matter whose blood? Or does it matter whose choice?" His hands trembled on her shoulders. Suspicion flickered in his eyes, suspicion she'd planted deliberately. Or accidentally. She wasn't sure anymore. "I need to know I can trust you." "You need to know?" Aisha's laugh was sharp. "After everything, you need certainty? Welcome to my world, husband." Thunder rumbled in the distance. The black car's engine started. "We should go inside," Ji-woo said, but he didn't move. He stared at her like trying to decode a language he'd never learned. Aisha touched her stomach. Inside, a heartbeat. Or was there? "The herbs create ambiguity," her mother had written. "Doubt is power. Truth is vulnerability. Choose wisely." "Tomorrow," she said. "Tomorrow we'll go to the clinic. See the ultrasound. Face whatever comes. Together." "Together," Ji-woo echoed. But the word tasted different now. Promise or question? As they walked inside, Aisha's phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "The seeds you plant determine the harvest you reap. Choose your garden carefully. Your mother's sister." Her mother had no sister. The message deleted itself. Ji-woo's security team mobilized. The Foundation's cameras captured the black car driving away. And in Aisha's pocket, the pregnancy test and the herbs and the business card all whispered different futures. Was the child his victory? Her revenge? An innocent life caught between two worlds? Or something else entirely, a wild card neither had anticipated? In her reflection in the glass, Aisha smiled. Not the innocent smile of the girl she'd been. Not the broken smile of the purchased bride. But the enigmatic smile of a woman who'd learned that secrets were currency. And she had just become very, very rich. The story wasn't over. It was just beginning. And this time, she was writing it herself. If you made it this far, thank you for journeying with Aisha and Ji-woo. Their story reminds us that healing is complex, that choice matters, that sometimes our darkest chapters become the foundation for our most powerful transformations. Hit subscribe to Love and Tension for more stories that keep you guessing. And remember, you are more than what happened to you. You are what you choose to become. If you want part 2 of this story, let me know in the comments and you'll get it.